black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's not. When I pulled off the lot, that's done. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Black stripe, yellow paint.
William McCray. Mayor, I'm sure you were happy when Obama said give you a round of applause on Thursday, July 19, 2012. I'm sure President Obama didn't know how you discriminated against African-American firefighters. Prime example, Rick Curtis. I'm sure President Obama didn't know how you discriminated against African-American police officers during your tenure. I'm sure President Obama didn't know that your predecessor, Lois Frankel, also discriminated against the same groups. I'm sure the President didn't know that your whole administration discriminates against African-Americans citywide. I'm sure the President didn't know that Ed Mitchell makes more money than his Vice President, Joseph Biden. I'm sure the President didn't know that Dorrit Miller makes almost the same salary as Joseph Biden. I'm sure the President didn't know that you've allowed white employees to be arrested for felonies and retain their jobs. I'm sure the President didn't know that African-American employees are fired for small policy violations and others were terminated for retaliation. I'm sure that if the President knew what you have done to African-Americans, he would be sick to his stomach. Mayor Muyo, it is disgraceful for you to use political influence to hobnob with the President and continue to persecute black people. I know the President didn't know that you want to privatize the sanitation department, which is comprised of mostly African Americans, something that Dr. King died for in Memphis, protecting our sanitation workers, in case you didn't know, since you always talk about Dr. King. It is beyond shameful, your gall, your hypocrisy, your arrogance, and your racism that you and this deist display against black people and then use your money in political contests to get you a shout out from the President. Disgraceful. I don't believe the President knew that Forbes magazine said that West Palm Beach was the 4th most miserable city to live in. He could not have known of the racism here and asked for your applause, which, by the way, was pretty weak. The President didn't know how you tried to destroy the Constitution. The President didn't know how you violated the First Amendment when people spoke. The President didn't know how you tried to make your own gun laws and destroy the Second Amendment. The President didn't know what you said about Snoop Doggy Dogg, Wiz Khalifa. The President is friends with Jay-Z, a superstar rock mogul. He gave a shout out to Lil Wayne. I'm sure the President didn't know how you talk bad about Soul Fest, Jerk Fest, virtually anything that caters to African Americans. I'm sure the President has no idea how you disrespect black people, our culture, our music, our food. The President could not have known all these things about you and the city of West Palm Beach. Whoever's watching this program, please tell the President what's going on. Commissioner Robinson, you've been to the White House. You'll probably go back there. Could you make sure that you tell President Obama about this city before he comes back again so he don't give out the wrong shout out again, please? This is the same thing black people had to go through not much more than 30 years ago, being treated with the N-word, but having to take it and smile. Yes, ma'am, we's sorry. We's like the way you treat us, ma'am. Mayor, if you can't have black people live next door to you, if you can't eat dinner with us, if you can't distribute city resources and tax revenue equitably, stay away from our rich and famous, our athletes, our politicians, our president. You can't have some of us and not all of us, Mayor. Ed Mitchell needs to go. $288,000 a year. He wanted $150,000 a year. For Sarasota, he should not make more than that here.
Thank you, Mr. McCray.
Thank you.